Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you watch this channel. In this election, the biggest loser is not even Rigathi Gachagua. To me, the biggest loser is the National Assembly Speaker, and I'm talking about Moses Wetangula. There's a specific reason why I want us to look at this from this perspective. Now, first and foremost, allow me to update you on the development of Kabuchai Chwele ward. Now, you understand that Moses Wetangula had fronted Vincent Maunda, a Ford Kenya candidate, who he wanted to get that seat. But again, there was an independent candidate by the name Eric Wekesa. So Eric Wekesa got the backing of Trans Nzoia Governor NATEMBEA. So the contest was like between NATEMBEA and Moses Wetangula. Now, before we go further on this contest, because first and foremost, the news is that the NATEMBEA candidate Eric Wekesa got 6,162 votes against the Ford Kenya's candidate Vincent Maunda, who got 2,765 votes. If you look at the margin there, the margin is almost 4,000. So we can't say that the win was close. We can't say that the margin of winning was narrow. So now let's look at this politics of Kabuchai Chwele. For those of you who've been paying attention to the developments there, there's a time around 5 days ago, almost 5 days ago, goons sponsored attacked the convoy of George NATEMBEA. You remember there was footages which were shared, pictures shared about vehicles which were vandalized as a result of NATEMBEA going to that region to campaign for his candidate, the preferred candidate, though it was an independent candidate, but he campaigned for him. So that was a strategy, because they knew that if they put DEPK Kenya, it would have been contest between DEPK and Ford Kenya. So they had to use a neutral person, campaign for this neutral candidate, who is an independent candidate, by the way, then win. So the margin is big there. So people have quickly said that the Tawe movement is beginning to take effect in Wetangula's backyard. Reason why the biggest loser is Wetangula, because that region, the person who is given a Ford Kenya ticket was supposed to win by a landslide. But the person who has won is not a Ford Kenya candidate, but has won with a very big margin. That is why I'm saying that NATEMBEA has won there against Moses Wetangula. Now let's look at what people are saying. There's a message that was shared from county government of Trans Nzoia account. They said, just 3 years in politics, and George NATEMBEA has already achieved what many thought was beyond reach. Nobody ever imagined that Wetangula could be beaten in his own home turf in Chwele Kabuchai ward at his own polling station, right in the center of his political comfort zone. Yet NATEMBEA walked in with the confidence of the people and came out with a victory that has sent shockwaves across the Luhya nation. In Malava, the fight was even tougher. President William Ruto poured in money heavy state machinery. The state tried everything: pressure, intimidation, arrest, and clear attempts to fit the process. But even after all that effort, they only managed to survive with a narrow margin win of 1K votes. These by-elections have revealed the strength and rising influence of a man who has been in politics in a very short time, yet has already proven his ability to stand with firm against the biggest forces in the country. He has done exceptionally well. We are proud of him. And then there was a picture of NATEMBEA being shared here. So the bottom line here is that NATEMBEA has beaten Wetangula. So what's your take regarding this narrative? So we have talked about the issue of Seth Panyako in a separate video, but Seth Panyako was well campaigned for by NATEMBEA. So I want to agree with anybody who thinks that George NATEMBEA has beaten WETANGULA. I want to agree with anybody who has that kind of thinking, because there was no way. Just picture this. You campaign for a candidate from the late Raila Amolo Odinga's stronghold. You campaign for a candidate. This candidate wins. No? So, it's Raila Amolo Odinga's stronghold, but your candidate has won. Don't you think that would have translated to Raila Amolo Odinga losing the ground? Of course, that is what would have happened. If you look at Kabuchai ward, what transpired during the campaign period, a lot of state machinery deployed there just for a ward candidate. A ward, not even a member of parliament, just a ward. You can see how that would have meant a lot to the Ford Kenya fraternity. Ford Kenya is slowly losing ground in especially in Bungoma, because Bungoma has been the stronghold of Ford Kenya. If in his own stronghold, someone from a different county comes and beats you, that would mean this other person who is NATEMBEA is slowly winning the ground, and most likely NATEMBEA is going to unseat WETANGULA in Bungoma. And that's why you find that most of the time when NATEMBEA goes to Bungoma, there is always violence. So these people are trying to curtail his movement. So what do you think about this development concerning Kabuchai? See, Kabuchai has gone, but it has not gone with Ford Kenya. No, this Kabuchai has been snatched by NATEMBEA, but it was supposed to be a Ford Kenya area, but it has gone to NATEMBEA's side. The independent candidate received a lot of campaign from NATEMBEA, so most likely this independent candidate is going to take DAPK. He's going to become a DAPK member. I know that's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. It will. If it's not happened, but it's going to happen then soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, just go below in the comment section and tell us what to think about this fight between George NATEMBEA and Speaker WETANGULA. The Tawe movement is taking shape in Western. The old guards like Speaker WETANGULA, Prime Cabinet Secretary Atwoli, I think their days are numbered politically. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.